Hi, welcome back to Dungeons and Dodos. This is Steven.
I'm Lexi.
Okay, I'm Cody.
And this is our second session. So hopefully we're a little bit less bloopers this time. And a little bit more focused. Yeah, I know.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I low expectations. Let's hope to meet them. I'm not going to be Ramsey today. So, our adventurers... Lordy. It's hard to keep straight face right now, and you're laughing doesn't help.
Sorry.
Our adventurers had successfully gotten their employer killed in a bandit attack. After which they ended up meeting his wife waiting outside of the town, and they decided to lie to her about not having seen him and obviously getting his hair color wrong even after correction.
Which I think she would notice, obviously, but not start beef over or like make a note of. She's think, oh, this loser's just screwed with me or something. I don't know.
Well, she's a woman in duress. You don't mess with those. At all. And she's currently in duress.
Samantha.
Whatever. What were you picking my
Fail.
age? You're a fail.
Your face is a fail.
Well, you can blame my parents. So anyways, she went off to go speak to the Reeve afterwards, seeming concerned about their presence. And after which, our adventurers went to the tavern and met Baird, the high elf wizard, who is a bit too much of a fan of the drink, who also works for the Reeve, to be met outside by guards of the Reeve. And they were then escorted to his estate, and now they are in his foyer. And that's where we continue on.
So, how many guards are around us right now?
You have 8 outside, 1 in the distance over by a door, and you have the unofficial head right behind you.
Like, didn't get the certificate, it wasn't the best head, or like, what kind of head? A patrol head? No
Head of the guard?
Head of the guard. Okay.
If you keep nitpicking, God will make it hard on you.
Please don't. We're squishy.
Dice covered in one. God makes it hard already.
But yeah, so those are the ones inside of immediate knowledge to you guys.
And to the best of our knowledge, we're going to be escorted up the staircase here in a minute.
You don't know.
Okay.
You haven't talked to the guard behind you.
We got rushed over here.
I mean, yeah, I got a couple spears in places that weren't really polite, but we're here, and I think Gilgamesh and his nappies stay right.
Okay.
So, he turns around and says, so, where exactly are we?
We're at the Reeves estate. If you go over towards the corner, over where that guard is, you'll be directly inside of his office. He's waiting there.
Not up the spiral staircase.
No.
And then Kidu will say, can we go up the spiral staircase though?
No.
Why not?
Because he will be killed. Starting early. Because the Reeve has said that way. Now, please, go towards the door.
The door to our right.
Yes.
Okay. So as we're walking, however, Enkidu, like, you know, instead of taking this direct straight path, he decides to like just kind of veer a little and just kind of like looks up toward, see if he can see anything in the shadows before walking onwards.
Roll for perception.
Do I get a mod for that? Or passive perception? No.
No, you get.
Oh, it's all okay.
Yeah, I made it easy for you, didn't I?
Modified 20.
So he sees about 5 crossbows pointing down.
He just ducks his head a real quick away. You're just like the bristling of people just lifting it ever so slightly. The few that weren't knocked now are.
They are not in the mood. This is a highly militarized location. And so the guard sees you guys, kind of laughs at Enkidu scurrying away
In fear.
and he just opens the door for you to enter. So you guys see an actually armored Reeve is in the race.
I didn't know you were saying the raised races. I thought you were going to see like a heavily clad. He's a. I mean, joke, but yeah. I was going to say clad in like white robes or something. A heavenly Reeve.
You guys see an armored half elf with 2 rapiers on his head.
Can we discern what the other half is just from looking at him?
Him.
Okay.
You can tell from his armor that it's very ornate. He's obviously the man in charge. There's also, right beside Gilgamesh, a soldier standing in the corner, just essentially protection. But yeah, he greets you all and says, "Hello, heroes! It's nice to see you all. Please, take a seat."
What kind of seats are they? This is relevant. What kind of seats are they?
They are regular, just,
High backed or
They're high back.
high backed? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
but there is no arm support. It's just a regular high back chair.
Just take whichever seat you're going to take.
About to say, oh geez, here we go.
Okay.
All right.
So yes, Nessus has taken her stroll over and she sits down, and Gilgamesh will go ahead and reasonably take the seat next to her. And Enki, instead of walking around, decides to turn the chair around. I don't know if we can write that, but he'll turn it around and then sit with his rump on the high back, feet dangling over the long back of the chair. Still facing the Reeve, but as obnoxiously as possible.
He kind of just closed off. He's like, "Huh, I've seen worse. There was a minotaur in here last week." So what brings you here?
Gilgamesh just clears his throat. So I see that you have employed our good friend Baird.
Yes, I like Baird.
Yes, and he is a tester of yours of sort. Per se, yes?
Yes, you have to be tested before you can work for me.
Alright, cool. When can we do that?
Right now, if you insist.
Cool.
Right outside my front yard.
Up the stairway?
No. You can't go up the stairs.
Why not? Says Gil.
My doll collection is up there.
You know? And Anki will pipe up from atop his chair. You struck me as the type of fellow that would have dolls.
Well, I appreciate it. I try to have some class.
Yes. Class.
So, real quick though, why do you want to work for me? Are you strapped for coin? Or are you trying to make a name for yourselves?
Well, see, and Gilgamesh will say, I can't speak for the cat, but I am my brother's babysitter, and he is not satisfied unless he is fighting monsters. So we figured we'd come and offer our services to you.
Is goblins good enough?
I mean, they're a little weak and scrawny, but goblins should suffice.
Okay. Well, I do have a bit of a goblin problem to the northwest. But again, you must be tested, but
For goblins.
to work for me. If you're going to work for me, you must be established. I'm not going to just hire anybody off the street.
Obviously not. And Gilgamesh will say you would want to hire somebody of repute, of import, somebody with skill. I can see your taste for who you would hire like that. However, why against goblins? Anybody can fight goblins.
They've been attacking my townspeople. They've been raiding merchants, killing some of them, even when the merchants give up items.
I would argue that any mediocrely armed merchant could have fought back. Why do you need heroes to help?
It's what my people are complaining about, and I'm not going to send my soldiers on a hunt for goblins when there's people attempting to make a name for themselves.
You're right, you'd much rather kill your potential pool of employees before you can actually hire them.
Yes.
You're straightforward, and I appreciate that, sir. Gilgamesh reaches out his hand.
He kind of looks to the side over at Enkidu, says...
Gil is raising his hand. I don't know if that's the best, right?
Yeah, he's trying to shake his hand. Yeah, he looks over at Enkidu, and he says, would you like to be tested as well?
Enki just kind of, he looks under his shoe, he scrapes it off and looks at it. Yeah, I guess that works.
Okay. And what about you, looking over at Nessus?
I could use some fun right now, so yes.
Just remember, if you guys strike back at my wizard, all of my guards are authorized for lethal violence. So no attacking back.
If we pass, says Enkidu, he'll say, can we have one of the dolls?
No.
Not even like one for the group instead of one each? We're your esteemed employees if we can manage this. Are you saying you don't want to give us a sign of your goodwill? Just a simple, ornate china doll?
I will pay you each 100 extra gold on top of the 100 gold reward for the leader of the goblins for each of you to pass.
And Enkidu says, but can we use the gold to... And Gilgamesh just throws like a stone in his pocket over his brother's head to shut him up.
Now he reaches over to shake Gilgamesh's hand. Well, apparently that one's not all talk, so I like that. Well, head out to the front grounds. As you know, Baird's not allowed inside, so he's already most likely waiting there. If not, he's probably fighting the guards to try to get back to the tavern. So, please.
Let's go.
Alright, stuff.
Tit-tat, milady. Oh, we're not.
That last part was.
Earthquake!
Oh wait, I'm reaching a chair. I'm so sorry.
Now the adventurers have been ushered outside, and they remember the group of guards that were their escorts, except for the one that stayed inside, as well as the two by the door, and the one with the great axe standing at the front door. And there's Baird, holding a almost empty mead on the corner of the proving grounds. He's like, hey! So am I working?
Yeah, let's get to work.
Alright.
Enki, he'll lean over to this guy who's accompanying him. He'll say, I think he's proved long enough, man.
The guards just...
It's fine. Not a proper moonshiner in the group. Let us continue.
So, Alright. Real quick first, who's injured?
And we haven't had any rests or anything.
I'm going to let you guys do a short rest now. But, like, it happened while you were at the tavern for a short rest. So you guys can do it now if you need to.
1d6.
Are you
correct?
injured from the fight? 1d6 for you, yeah. That's what you got. Is it a 1? Alright.
I have many tattooed on me. That is why. I don't even. Yeah, Gil isn't even hurt, so I don't care about it.
Yeah. So you're like, who's first?
Does Brave Fearless Tabaxi want to go first?
Why not? So I just strut my little butt over here. Give her your best.
I don't think you want that, but I know just the spell for the 3 of you, so I'm gonna do it.
And I think Gilgamesh had the earlier conversation with him outside the tavern, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Remember our bargain earlier, good friend?
Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. So he decides to cast. Hold on.
Prestidigitation.
Nope.
If you can withstand this mustache for 30 seconds. Though you are covered in hair, so I doubt that will be an issue.
So he just looks at you and he gets really sober for a second. And a frigid blue light hits you square in the chest because you're just letting him. He's gonna guaranteed get the hit.
Is this spell... What's the range on the spell?
60 feet.
Is he at a range when casting the spell?
No, she's right in front of him.
And you said it hits her square in the chest.
Yes.
So ergo.
He's just being a nitpick.
Let's say, are we gonna get mad at this dude for taking a drunken pass at the tabaxi?
And this is cold. This is some of the cold.
Hey.
But like, it's not like giving you frostbite. But you definitely feel
It was like
hard to breathe. You're bruised underneath your arm. It hurts. You are having, when you move, you're watching it in slow-mo now. For a little bit. Take 4 frost damage. And he's just like, alright. You lived! Instantly back drunk. Alright. Twinsies! Who next?
Thank you. He raises his arm. Me. And on the way over, he casts False Life on himself. Wait. No, yes he does.
Is there any cost for that spell?
The cost was very small. I know that much.
Pull out the little wizard spellbook.
Small amount of alcohol. So, I mean, honestly,
Was it actually that?
it is a small amount of alcohol or spirit something was the wording. So, like, arguably I would probably have, but can...
Let's just say, like, you have a little flask.
I would say at that point we could probably just, like, waft some off of Baird for it and just cast the spell.
Okay. Roll your d4. And pray for the best case scenario.
I'm not going to because... Ooh, free, okay.
He's just like, hey, you did a trick.
So that is 7 plus 3, 10. Yeah, I'm
Remember,
full up.
it's temporary though, so this doesn't stay that way. It's only that way for an hour.
Okay, then I'll do plus that.
So you're at 11 now.
Okay.
So he's just like, hey, that was a neat trick. I like it.
Thank you. Show me what you got. I was gonna say, shake what your mama gave you, but I don't think that's part of the ritual.
So, again, stone cold sober moment, and blasts you as well in the chest. And you actually feel like your breath comes out cold. The bruising, your arms are sore, you are in immense pain. Your arms are even starting to turn a little purple. And he did 8 damage.
I'm so glad I cast False Light. I've done death saves. Okay.
And he's just like, that was a good one.
Yeah, it sure was, mate. Can't wait to return the favor someday.
I'm glad you're alive, Twinsy. Okay, Twinsy! This one's done!
And Gilgamesh, he'll just kind of like high-five Enki, passing. And he'll say, do I not even get the courtesy of twin number 1? Just also Twinsy. This is indignant, this is unfair, and he continues to grumble as this continues.
Well, I could use a different spell if you want these special.
Okay.
But it'll hurt more.
I thought you said you would be nice to me, though.
What about free?
What if I give you my flask later? I will get a flask filled to the brim with the finest mead that the tavern can offer.
Good spell! Good spell!
Now I'll have to remember to actually do that.
So, he just gets it ready, goes stone cold sober for the 3rd time.
That must be hard for him.
And just like your brother, there's purple reaching your appendages. Your breath is seeing frost outside. 8 points damage. She can.
Did I stumble or anything like that? Like, what was my visible effect after getting this? Did I fall? Did I go to my knees? What exactly happened?
You know how some people will have uncontrollable tears because of sheer levels of pain, and they'll scream? Yeah, Gilgamesh is in total and pure agony, and he is that close to dying.
For the 8 damage, you said, right?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And he's just like, oh! I almost got another, guys. Are we done? I need drinks.
Has Gil stopped yet?
Yeah, he's had a second to compose.
So, wiping tear, snot, and admittedly a small amount of vomit from the corner of his lips, he stands up, brushing himself off, and says, I thought you were going to give me a better, different spell.
You wanted me to kill you?
No, one that do less damage. In any case, you did the same spell.
That's my weakest spell.
I'll make sure to give you the meat you deserve, good friend.
Thank you. In all seriousness, that is actually his weakest spell.
I was sure.
Because
But I also have plans for paying him back.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Because the rest are D10s, 2D6, 3D6, and 4D6. He's a 3rd level wizard.
I don't even have a smart aleck thing to say. I'm just not happy about that.
He's just like, okay, they all lived. And go drink.
Surprisingly enough, mutters Gil.
And the guards over near the entryway just say, you can go. Just remember, no spells in town. It is okay. I just wondering.
Gilgamesh, he'll say, does that apply to everyone that can control their magic, or just the fire-happy ne'er-do-wells?
If you guys cast some sort of spell just for show that doesn't hurt anybody, as long as you don't damage any property.
Nuisance magic is permitted.
Yes. Or even showy. But, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
And, by the way, just for tonight, the Reeve has already instructed us that we will pay the tavern for your room. So that way you guys can rest up before you go to work tomorrow.
How refreshing, says Gil.
Took it a little bit hard, didn't you?
Just ever so slightly. Sometimes I think it would be nice if everyone in the world that practiced magic was at least required to take a test of competency first.
Well, Baird is good at what he does. In fact, you guys should probably take the long way to the tavern. Over near the northwest exit of town. You'll see something there that you'll like.
Can you please be more specific? I do not have the patience or the health to continue with this charade much longer.
The tavern will fix you up right. Just take a long walk before you get there.
After we get to the tavern, you mean?
No, before.
After.
Okay, if you want to turn in the afternoon. It's like 4.
I just wanted to, and Gil will say, well, we're not really feeling refreshed at the moment, and we would like to feel ready for any surprises this glorious kingdom might throw at us.
Well, I promise you there will be no problems, as long as you don't cause problems in town.
I guess I'll have to take your word for it now, won't I?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. And he'll just grumpily shuffle on with everybody else. Are we going towards the tavern, or do we want to look at that thing that Gil sounds real happy about? Because I don't... Yeah, we'd have to long rest at the tavern, I guess, so...
Yeah, it'd be an overnight thing.
I'm not asking for meta cheats, but it sounds like that lame guard said we weren't going to die from whatever this is, so hopefully it's only positive.
A quick walk by won't hurt at least.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we'll decide to walk in whatever direction he was mentioning earlier.
So, you guys, this is the only map that really has it. There's no remarkable characteristics.
The beginning map that we had up, just for, actually, yes, our original map, the one that I had to render last time.
Yep. You want to show it to the camera?
The town of Mundswler.
Mundswler. Anyways, so you guys end up quickest way there. You walk past the smith, and you guys took a turn at the fork, and you just see it. A big old grassy field, still within the walls of the town, and above it, as a giant banister of stone, it says Hero Homes. You guys are staring at one of the largest graveyards you've ever seen.
She kind of, we walked in, or we're standing near, like at the gate?
You're standing near. the
We're in the road looking at it.
Yes.
that entire gray section.
Gate, wall, or open?
There's a fence there,
Okay.
but that entire gray section is the graveyard. You want to point it out for the camera? So
when they approach the fence or so, Gil, he kind of just looks around as if he's missing something, which prompts Enkidu to go up to the fence, peek his head over, and say, I don't see anything. What are we supposed to find here? There's only a bunch of stiffs laying around.
It seems that those are the ones that didn't quite meet the standards they were looking for.
Gil said, glad to see these were almost my roommates. Any ideas why we were prompted to look at the corpses?
Probably as a reminder not to mess this up.
Did you happen to catch that guard's name that told us to come here?
No, I didn't.
His name is Tim, and his stone will be over there.
Good to know.
And then Q will be like, next to the tree? Yes, next to the tree, brother.
Alright, guys, let's just go back to the tavern, shall we?
Sounds like a plan.
So yeah, you guys walk past the smith again, and
Smith.
yeah, you guys walk past the smith to get there.
We walked past. Noted name.
A smith, and you guys kind of take a shortcut through a tiny little field that led directly to the tavern, and the
But this
inn.
field was empty.
Huh?
But this field was empty instead of having any like fun reminders on the walk home.
Nope, this field was empty.
Okay, fantastic.
Because almost except for the cemetery and the small field that you guys have noticed, almost the entire town is filled with houses. Like they are constantly building.
And as the characters notice this on their way back, can they perceive whether, an ample portion of them are actually lived in, or if they're just building a surplus of homes in expectance to fill them and they're empty right now?
They're lived in.
Okay.
They're this is a very quick growing town as far as you can tell. So yeah, there's the tavern and the inn, and they're both built in the same building. They just, one's a single story, and then one beside it is a 2-story for the tavern.
And they're connected like a duplex, or you can walk between one and the other?
You can walk between one and the other. There's a door that connects them.
Gil will turn his head. Well, at least there is something nice about this town after all. Does anybody greet us, or do we have to...
Are you inside, or? I didn't know.
Okay, I think we walk inside.
We have entered.
Okay. Which building? The tavern? Okay. So yeah, you guys are... Do we really want to stop for another drawing session?
You talk, I'll draw.
You want to draw?
I'll draw.
Okay.
You talk.
Alright.
Fast move.
About to say, you remember the tavern from last time, or... I'll still get you the map.
I'm just glad you actually wrote
Just-
it down.
Map erasing for the camera shaking.
It's gonna be an earthquake in the fast forward.
Alright. I did not help that. So,
Just lean on it every time.
you guys already see Baird. He is happy. He's hiccuping. He's giggling, and he's in his corner. He's like, I'm gonna get a flask. I'm gonna get a flask.
Continue talking.
That's some contemplation there. Because, yeah, he's just drinking in the corner. Bartender sees you three. And you can actually see some shock on his face. Like it's... You don't fully understand why you see shock on his face, but you do. And the server is kind of unchanged. She doesn't seem to care very much about anybody. She's just there to do her job. Is there anything that Tank here, Gilgamesh do?
Yes. Gil has walked up to the head of the bar and asked a good barkeep how much, a flask and filled with good mead would be. And Gil will say, honestly, if you do not have top shelf mead, I will not complain.
He just smiles and he looks down. He says, you look pretty cold, friend. So I'll make it a discount. Because I think I know what happened.
Give me your cheapest mead, please.
I need my map back.
Why is that a map question?
Just goes, okay. Give me 2 silver pieces.
Yours.
And that covers the flask and your hand.
Gil will say, worth every coin.
He just takes it. And he smirks to himself. He goes, alright. He pours it in.
Question, though, good barkeep.
Yes.
Is this what you normally give Baird?
I give him beer. This is beer.
Because I thought mead was beer. Sure. And we could edit out me sounding stupid, but I didn't know if you were going to say it or not. I thought one was just older before beer was actually...
No, meat's actually different.
Okay, well, it's cheap.
And this is going to be beer. Because there was no,
I already misspoke, but yeah.
It's okay, he understood. He's going to be filling it with beer.
He puts beer in it, okay. I like it.
Because flasks are quite detailed to make, so that's what the majority of the pricing is.
Okay, cool.
Beers...
Expensive flask, cheap beer.
Exactly.
Cool.
So, it's just like, alright. And he pours it in. Goes, here you go.
Thank you. Gil takes it, sticks it in his jacket pocket, outstretches his hands after making sure that Bear is adequately consumed in his drink, and casts Minor Illusion in his empty hand as a cantrip to make it look like the flask is in there.
So, thankfully I still have Baird in front of me. Roll for, deception.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Not proficient. Ooh. Mod 23. Well, I guess there's no nat 23. I don't know why I bothered to say that, but yeah.
I appreciate that, though.
Well, I mean, that could have been a nat 20 with a mod of 3, which was 19 and 4.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to use Brown Gray again.
Yeah, that one was hard to see.
It was.
And I stole it accidentally. Because I'm a dice thief. It's like a lighter thief. Nobody likes it.
And he just straight up reaches. What's wrong with your flask? And it's to the point where he hits your hand.
Is that the end of it, or will he continue as long as I hold this?
Well, he hits your hand.
Because I know there's no laser pointers in this kingdom, but at this point, he's kind of just messing with this guy in the same fashion, and he wants to see how long it'll go for.
He hits your hand, and as your hand goes down, the illusion stays. Like
even though it was attached to my hand.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, is that he sees that it doesn't fly out of your hand when he hits it, and he's just like, "Hey!" Give me a real one.
How observant. I wouldn't expect anything less from a level 3 wizard.
I'm sorry. Just remember, me and your teacher were friends.
Yes, he was a charming man. I'm sure you guys got along splendidly.
He liked me too.
I remember.
And the bartender calls you all over.
I guess I probably should have walked over and had my character do that. Wait. Walked over, did all that, and then he came back. There we go, everybody.
Bartender just goes and he says, if I'm not mistaken, I now need to tell my server to go tell them who have a free night. Am I wrong?
I wasn't sure if it was free or reimbursed, but I know it's not going to be coming out of our purses, correct? Says Gilgamesh.
We'll be paid by the guards. Congratulations. It's kind of rare he doesn't kill at least one of a group.
I know, it's a shocking development, isn't it?
A little bit. We get a lot of...
I wouldn't say it was shocking so much as a chilling experience. But in any case, it was quite the endeavor, and I can't wait to repeat it. He said this with venom dripping from his teeth.
And he just goes and he says, listen, I understand that you... Did he use the same spell on all of you?
Sure did. 2 out of those 3 times, it was near laughable.
Well, since it was cold, then I guess you guys wouldn't mind if I just gave you a free drink that'll warm you up, huh?
If you wouldn't mind. Honestly, very... And his teeth are just chattering at that. I would very much appreciate it.
And so you guys see shot glasses in front of all 3 of you.
Oh, the clear warming, not the warm liquid.
You guys see some of the darkest rum. Nope.
Same concepts, but not clear.
Not clear. It's a dark rum. And you just... There you go.
And
this
for
is the stuff that he would have wanted.
For the savvy alcoholics in the room, does that mean good or bad rum? I don't know.
Whenever you get an alcohol that's very dark, it's not only sometimes like a heavier...
I've seen malts that are almost like chocolate syrup consistency and color.
Yeah.
Even darker almost.
And their alcohol content sometimes is higher, as well as they're a lot more flavorful. So that's the deal here.
I like it.
So,
anyways, some pretty rummy rum there.
That'll warm you up. Put hair on 2 of your chests. Can't add any over there.
Nope.
I thought we were making a girl joke. I forgot that Nessus is covered in hair, even though I made the joke earlier.
No.
So, yeah, okay, so as he's pouring the 3, as soon as he's done with the first on the side, Gil takes it and just downs and slams before he's finished pouring 1 for Enki.
You only get 1 freebie.
That's alright.
But, I'll tell you guys what. Server will know. When she tells them, they do comp a free dinner. Over next door. So, if you guys just want to head straight through, and I'll make sure that she's over there in a minute. She'll be just right after you. I'm pretty sure Baird already needs a refill.
Would not surprise us.
Nessus quickly downs hers and says, well, let's go get some rest. And maybe lose some attitude along the way.
Agreed! Gil just rolls his eyes and follows you out.
So...
He didn't like the spell.
No, he didn't.
You could tell! So you guys go into the inn. You see a similar setup. There's a couple of tables, some actual stairs, not round staircase. It's actually a square staircase.
Do you want me to draw it? Those ones actually are easier to draw than the spiral staircases.
It's actually a 2-floor map, and I don't really feel like drawing it for 5-minute use. So, you guys see that, and there's an obvious section that's like you can't get to because it's the kitchen, and you see a table, you sit down while you wait, and you see the server just fly through the door that you guys came through like a minute after you, and go straight into the kitchen, and you hear some obvious yelling, she screaming, there's a guy yelling, a mug hit the ground and you could hear it almost splinter apart, and she runs out, heads straight for you guys, and says he doesn't believe it, but you have 3 rooms for tonight.
Is that such a hard thing to believe from 3 outstanding heroes who have been tested and given the right?
The guard told you where to go, right?
Yes, the wonderful, magical place of the beautiful stones, yes.
That's the common outcome. And she races back to work. And you guys see kind of a heavier set guy. When you start to look at him, you start to notice that he's kind of gray in the face. And he has a jutting out tooth. And he's just like, he's an orc.
Is he now? The grayish skin and this weird tusk jutting from his mouth made him orc-kin? I'm trying to see if orcish or...
I don't have miniatures.
I'm seeing if comprehend language works 2 ways or if I can understand without speaking.
You guys see him. It's fairly obvious what he is. I'm just saying that for that.
Thank you.
Because there will be... I'm aiming all viewers.
Yes.
So, he just looks and he says, "What do you want for dinner?"
Do you have a menu to choose from?
I got meat and soup.
Me and my brother will split the largest slab of rare meat you're comfortable making for us.
Rare. Cow, deer, or pig.
Well, I mean, I was kind of... what was it called? I was kind of thinking bugbear if you had it, but if not, probably have to go for the cow.
No bugbear. They don't come near town. I'll give you cow. Both of you. What do you want, kitty cat?
Deer for the kitty cat.
And Anki will
Also rare?
Yes, please.
Anki will cut in. Are you watching your figure?
Maybe.
I'll watch it. It's really small. It's not difficult. Don't worry about it.
Just mind your own business. Eat your cow.
It's not here yet.
Alright. I'll be back. Literally just a minute later, he comes out with freshly butchered, non-cooked whatsoever slabs of steak and a venison steak. Enjoy! And he goes back into the kitchen.
But before he does, can Anki get his attention with like a good sir or two, or does he have to chase him down?
He can get his attention if he's quick, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Anki will do that. He'll say, "Good sir, how long have you been cooking?"
I always cook.
That's good. And how often do you cook for people with weak constitutions and or the normal humans instead of the orc folk?
Well, they tell me they want to cook, so I cook it.
Yes. Normally, yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Why is our mooing and also braying?
Well, you said rare.
Yes, rare for human and, well, rare for humanoid creatures still means cooked at least until the outside is browned. Not much more, but at least a little bit, man.
You want a brown piece too?
Nope, Kitty's good.
Now, actually, says Enki, can I come back with you?
Stay out of my kitchen.
Yes, but it seems that we've all read. I guess an Amelia Bedelia joke wouldn't cross into this universe. He says, I feel like my point may not be coming across, and I need to supervise. Can't you help a brother out?
My kitchen!
He's just gonna let us in.
You stay up.
Do you promise to add heat and cook the meat without burning it or turning it solid?
It'll be brown.
Ish. Not black.
Fine.
Thank you. And he'll acquiesce and walk back to where they are.
So, he grabs the 2 plates of the high elves, and he rushes back to the kitchen.
Is the tabaxi steak okay though? Or you just gonna just eating it
I'm a
right?
cat, I'm good.
I figured, but I didn't want to risk having to do like a con save or something.
He comes back out.
Or did you roll on how it was cooked? I just need to know.
Yes.
Thank you.
How accurately it was cooked. So he goes over and he says, I'm sorry. It's been a little bit since I tried making one that was just brown. Who wants more blood?
I think we'll just drain it for the tabaxi if it's all the same.
No. Who wants more blood?
I'll take that.
So he hands Enki, actually, a almost perfectly cooked rare steak.
Uh-oh.
And then he hands Gilgamesh a medium rare steak.
I thought you were going to say a charcoal briquette. That is much better.
Sorry.
No, so as you hand that to them, at least Enki, Gil will just kind of be semi-polite and just start cutting into it and check it discreetly, but Enki, he just kind of like eyeballs it. Okay, I guess we can eat this one.
Sorry, it's been a while.
Not a problem, my intellectual friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else? You have to pay.
Do you happen to have a dictionary on hand, or is that a bit too much to be asking?
No books.
Did not figure, thank you.
There's a store that has books. Go there.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I don't think. He'll go and sit
He looks
down.
at
He turns around.
He looks at Gilgamesh and Nessus. Anything else for you? Drink, soup?
Gilgamesh says, actually, do you have any paprika in the back?
You want
What color is it?
I hesitate to say, but it is a gently reddish color.
I'll check.
And it is more often than not sprinkled or shredded from vegetable.
I'll check. You?
You want to just point us in the direction of our rooms?
He drops 3 keys onto the table and he says, upstairs. They're going to be... They're smaller rooms. Just try the keys. 1 key only opens 1 door. You can figure it out.
Good to know.
And Gilgamesh will say, here, I was worried they were the universal keys.
I don't know what happens. I'll look for your pack. He goes into the kitchen. He comes out. I think this is it. Red chili powder right in front of you.
This is dumpling spoonfuls. The finest paprika I've ever had.
Good. I'm glad you're happy. And he just goes back into the kitchen. You almost see like a strut in his step.
Gil catapults a spoonful of it over his shoulder in a random direction. And Gil will say, I don't know about you guys, but I'm about ready for bed. I have been chilled, I have been threatened, and I have been abused to the point where I would like to sleep.
Sleep sounds good.
And wait, don't we have separate rooms? Not a problem, brother. One night we will survive. Because they share rooms, but not beds. They're used to sleeping in the same room for security purposes. I'll stick that out there for the universe to know. They stick together like birds of a feather.
So you guys go upstairs, and you actually see on one side of the upper level is these only 2 doors, and they look like they have quite a bit of space in between them. Like there's a good solid 20 feet in between these 2 doors. And then on the other side, you see a bunch of doors crowded together, almost like closets. And over by the window, you guys see a little table with a book and a guard sitting in a chair.
Can the twins try both of their keys back and forth if it doesn't work on the this host 2? I want to see if they work.
They don't.
Cool. And they'll say, do you want to give it a shot? I kind of want to see what's in these ones.
Alright, let's give it a shot.
It doesn't work.
On either door. Fantastic.
But yeah, you guys see like 6 doors on the other side. There is about 5 feet apart from them.
There's no identifying markers, key to door, or anything.
Nope.
Big ol' hunk of iron.
So after a little bit, roll to see how fast you guys roll d20s, just regular 20. See how fast you can figure it out.
Got nat 20.
You got a nat 20. Okay, you guys.
What did you get? Nat 20? Oh, opposite end of the spectrum.
Well,
Yours is at the end of the hallway.
you guys.
Wait. 2 nat 20s. All right, and that's the dice I don't like.
So the brothers quickly realize that their doors are right next to each other, right next to the guard, and then they figure out for Nessus that hers is the door right next to theirs.
And Gilgamesh will look intently at Enkidu, and say, brother, seriously, no tapping on the wall. I don't care. You don't know Morse code. We're going to sleep. Fine. Can we try tomorrow, though? No, we're going to bed. Okay. Good night, brother. Good night. I love you. I love you too. And then they just kind of wave at Nessus, and they both turn in.
She just waves back.
And Enki, he says, do you know Morse code?
No! Go to sleep!
Okay, good night!
Good night!
And then you guys just hear.
And then one loud thump, and then the tapping stops. And the heroes log